Step 1. Trim the leaves. Keep 2 to 4 healthy leaves. Remove any damaged or withered ones. The leaves are quite tough, so be careful not to prick yourself during pruning. For sago palms, lightly trim away the dry, scaly parts on the bulb. If these areas get wet and stay moist without sunlight to dry them, they may start to rot over time. Step 2. Trim the roots. If you find new, thick, white roots, try to avoid damaging them. Cut off the rest of the roots to prevent decay that can contaminate the water. If there are no new roots, choose 2 thick ones and trim them to 2 centimeters. These will help retain moisture and prevent the plant from suffering dehydration damage. After root trimming, make sure to thoroughly clean off any remaining soil. Not even a trace should be left behind. Step 3. Fix the plant in a basket. If possible, use 50% carbendazim, wettable powder, diluted 1 to disinfect root wounds. Soak for 10 minutes. Alternatively, use potassium permanganate at 1/2000 dilution and soak for 10 minutes. Although transitioning a money tree to hydroponics is simple, by popular request, I'm cutting off all the existing hydroponic roots on this plant and starting fresh. The orange part you see is the original embryonic root that was once buried in soil. This part has the strongest ability to grow water roots. Keep about 2 to 3 centimeters of it intact. Make sure the cut is clean, no torn edges or jagged parts, or the wound may deteriorate when submerged. Feeder roots from soil cannot adapt to water, so they should all be removed. Next, keep the trimmed root area out of light until the wound heals fully before placing it in water. Fix the plant into the basket before drying. You can repurpose a plastic bottle and use soft sponge or foam inside to secure the plant. Place stones around the outside for weight. Make sure it's firmly anchored during the early root phase. If the plant sinks and water level rises, it could cause rotting. Money tree roots are relatively easy to develop. For home gardening, fungicides are optional. If you do have 50% carbendazim, dilute it at 1/500 and soak for 5 to 10 minutes. After drying the wound, I placed mine at the mouth of the bottle. Make sure the plant doesn't touch the water during this period. If you're using a clear container, wrap it with a black trash bag to block light. Ceramic pots don't need any wrapping. Place the plant indoors after 1 to 2 days. Once the wound has healed, add water until about 1 centimeter of the root is submerged. Since the root system is damaged, the leaves will lose moisture faster. To improve the survival rate, beginners should prune off 2/3 of the leaves. The money tree's thick branches store a lot of water, so experienced gardeners may skip pruning. But if the leaves droop or dry out later, you'll need to trim them. Place the plant in a shaded area with bright light. In around 2 weeks, you'll see new water roots begin to grow. During this early root stage, don't add any nutrients. Change half of the water every 10 days. Once the new roots grow beyond 5 centimeters, you can lower the water level. Make sure the basket doesn't touch the water. After about 3 months, some of the roots will start turning gray-green and woody. This means the hydroponic transition is a success. At this stage, it becomes easier to care for than any soil-grown plant. When temperatures drop below 8 degrees Celsius in winter, move the plant indoors. If the leaves turn yellow during cold weather, don't worry, newer, fresher growth will return once it warms up. Additional tips. 1. If the plant is small and the container holds more than 500 milliliters of water, avoid frequent water changes during the early root phase. Sudden water temperature shifts can stress the plant. Changing half the water every 2 weeks is enough. This one developed a bit of green algae, and I still didn't change the water. 2 new water roots are very delicate. Avoid moving the plant too much or changing its environment often. Do not touch the roots by hand. This can cause blackening or decay. The money trees, thick stem stores ample nutrients, so no need to add fertilizer early on. Wait until the roots are at least 5 centimeters long. When side roots begin to branch out, you can lower the water level. At this point, the embryonic root should no longer touch the water, or the stem may start to soften. 3 money tree roots are easy to grow. There's no need to use root powders. These powders are meant for soil, and in water, they tend to settle and cling to the roots, causing unwanted residue. If you're unsure, opt for a liquid rooting solution instead. For while money trees aren't picky about light, they are sensitive to temperature. For indoor care, it's a good idea to move the plant to a bright balcony for a week every 2 weeks. Keep it indoors during summer when temperatures exceed 35 degrees Celsius, or in winter when it drops below 8 degrees Celsius.